My name is Ryan Middleton, and this is the whole story, where health overarches literally everything. And this is a platform for Black men to be able to tell their stories, mainly of their journey, of their health, and just their life. And that's the basic founding of why I chose to do this platform. So here I got my bro, Shelby, um, who I met. We met last year, matter of fact. I think around this time, probably last. So it's been like a year.
100%.
Yeah, around this time. Yeah, we met last year um, at my storage unit, and it's crazy. He was dropping off a car and picking some things up, and as soon as we met, man, it was like love, man. Like meeting Shelby, and we as soon as I met him, he started telling me about his testimony, and man, like the testimony just really just like did so much for me in my heart, in my mental, and like I said, it just was like literally like I met him, he met me, it was hugs, like as if we just knew each other for forever, So when I see him like this man, tall, strong black man, and he seen us and it was like, man, like this y'all, as a black man, so it felt really good, like connecting with my brother. And he not only does he have a testimony, but I know his story. It's got to be crazy and amazing. And I feel that his story can help all of us out as black men, and for all of those who come and watch. So, but yeah, man, shoot, we can start, man. Like, hey, bro, just tell him your name, um, and then we can go on from there. And tell a little bit about yourself.
Right, right, right. My name is Shelby. Like you said, man, you kind of hit it right on the head, man. We met at your storage thing, man, and man, we hit it all. It was straight love, that's for sure, brother. It was straight
Yeah,
love, man. Straight love, and it's been love, man. Um, but yeah, man, my story. I grew up in Los Angeles, man, South Central, the gang environment, all of the things like that. Played played that song, man, many times. Played the song of a gang member, drug dealer, street man, um, all of the things that come with that. Uh, and just growing up, not knowing who I was, so I just tried to be somebody, And
yeah,
I think that that's such a big thing when we talk about identity. You know what I mean? Is that
yeah,
if we grow up, if nobody ever tells us who we are, we just want to be almost anything. You know what I mean? It sound like if you
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
what to eat, you'll eat anything. You know what I mean? If you don't know what
yeah,
to wear, you'll wear anything. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And if you don't know who you are, you'll try to be anybody.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and I just tried to be what it was that I saw on the streets. Well, I tried to be what I thought I was supposed to be instead of who God made me to be. And
yeah,
and no one ever told me that. No one ever told me, no, man, you're supposed to be an upstanding man, a man of valor, a soldier in God's army, a warrior in God's army. You know what I mean? A trooper. And
yeah.
growing up, I don't know. I grew up fatherless. You know what I mean? And so
Mhm.
when you grow up that way, you don't have an example of what a man is supposed to be. So you try to learn it on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Learning things like courage and bravery. You know what I mean? We learn those things from the wrong sources. You know what I mean? So we pick up what we idolize. What is not good for us, and we pick those things up and learn to. I'm just not gonna say we. I picked
Yeah,
those things up. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to be somebody that I wasn't because I didn't know who I was.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's really what it is. And in many cases, I'm still finding out who I am, even though I know I've
yeah,
been redeemed by God. I know that I've been
yeah, yeah,
saved. I know that I've been, a new pot made new. You know what I mean? I know I'm a new creation, and I'm
yeah,
still learning who I am and who God wants me to be, who God has called me to be. And I'm still going through, everyday struggles. You know what I mean? I guess we all do as men. But those are the things that you know, it, that I've learned that looking back, like, man, I've been taught the wrong things. I've been taught what's bad is good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I
Talk to us,
and I
man. Talk to
normalized,
us.
yeah, I
Yeah,
normalized those behaviors. I normalized violence. I grew up thinking that violence was okay. I
Mhm.
think grew up and a lot of that comes from, environment, music that we listen to. And when we hear the songs that say fight, shoot, sell drugs, we are conditioned mentally to think that that's normal. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
that's all we look out the window when we see, and we don't have a black man or a man in our home to say, nah, that's not what you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So going through that, man, I jumped out of there thinking that I was somebody that I wasn't. So I wanted to sell drugs. I wanted to be the guy in the nice car with the nice rims, that because I grew up thinking that having a bunch of women was the right thing to do. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? No
Yeah.
one ever told me
Yeah.
that I'm supposed to have one wife. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No
Yeah.
one ever
Yeah.
told me that I'm supposed to be submissive to one woman. Those,
Yeah.
those things, you know what I mean? And so just you grow up with different idols and you put all those things before God, even, growing up not even knowing, acknowledging who the true God is. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's a
And
big
so
one.
we get into a space, man, where we just trying to do anything to please anybody or be something that we're not because we don't know what we are supposed to be. And that was
True.
me. And that was me, man. And so through countless arrests, man, my first arrest, man, I was 16 years old.
Hmm.
Uh, I I tried to stab my neck. Well, I didn't try to. I stabbed my next door neighbor, man. Tried to kill him, man, because I
Hmm.
couldn't take the loss of a fight. We had a fight. I lost, man, and no
Hmm.
one ever told me that it's okay to lose a fight. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I thought grabbing a weapon was the way you win a fight. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
No one, no. You ever seen the movie Friday when the father
Yeah.
grabbed the gun from Craig? He say, "Man, you win some, you lose some,
You
but you
lose
live
some.
to
Yeah.
fight another day. You live to fight it." And
Yeah.
nobody told me that, man. So I
Yeah.
just thought, win by all means. If that means hurt somebody, harm somebody, and that was just the wiring that I had. And I'm pretty sure many of us as black men, we have that wiring that
Yeah. Facts.
we are supposed to win at all costs, or whatever
Yeah.
that may look like, and
Yeah.
and that was backwards. So like I said, I caught my first case at 16, and I probably went to jail every single year till I was 21 years old, bro, from
Yeah.
16. Caught that case. Got a youth detention stay, and came back and caught another case, and then caught another case after that at 18, and got arrested again, and got arrested again, and got like, and it just never stopped. And
Yeah.
what's so difficult is that I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
I thought that was my rite of passage to go to prison, to come back, and now you've done something that the rest of the guys in the street haven't done yet. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And you're making
Hmm.
headway on becoming again somebody that you're not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And so it started a pattern. You know what I mean? I would go to prison and catch a case and sell some drugs and come back and you know sell some drugs for a couple of years and make a bunch of money and come back and catch a case again. And I just thought that that was normal. And
Yeah.
I would go to prison every time, and get back out and say, I'm gonna do it different this time. That don't mean that I'm gonna
Yeah.
do life differently, but I'm gonna sell drugs different. You,
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Yeah.
And it's crazy the way that we think. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
then this last case, man. So I came home, the time before the last time, and I'm trying to do it again, just trying to be a drug dealer, or trying to be a hustler, or making different types of moves and things like that in the street. And this time I had children. I mean, I was growing into my 30s without kids. So I
Yeah.
had kids, and I go into a case, this last case where I got caught with a lot of drugs, man. When I
Hmm.
was on the highway, man, and just life was going so fast, man. Let me rewind. I remember my life was going so fast. I had two kids in the same year by two different women, and
Hmm.
I remember, I guess since it's the whole story, these are things I haven't even shared with you, Ryan, but I'll share them now. My son's mom, also in the streets, a gang member, she caught an attempted murder case, bro, while she was pregnant
Wow.
with my son. So my son was born in the LA County Jail hospital, and I
Wow.
had to go pick him up the first day, the first day. And so my daughter, who was about 6 months older than my son, her mom was also in jail with her, fighting the
Wow.
case. You know what I'm saying, man? Life is a movie,
Yeah.
right? But and so my daughter once again was born. My daughter's mom came home to have her, and then they took her right back to jail. So I got an infant, a, a,
Hmm.
a, a 1 month old little girl, And then I got another infant on the way, another kid on the way that's gonna be
Yeah.
born in prison. His mom's fighting a life sentence, fighting an attempted murder case, and
Man.
she's expected to get 99 years, brother. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah.
Yep. And so I get a call. Hey, she had the baby. You got to come get her. So I walk into the hospital, man. It's the general hospital, the prison ward, man. I see her chained to the bed. I go into another room. I see my son. Now and that may be the point where I might have met God right there. That might have been the point where
Yeah.
Jesus was pulling at me there, brother. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I was about to ask you, bro, like, how did that do what did that do to you mentally? You know what I'm saying? When
Oh, man, it
seeing
tore me
that.
apart, man. It tore me apart. But once again, because of this wiring that I had from the
Hmm.
street mentality, I thought that was normal. I just
Yeah.
thought that that's what I'm supposed to go through. You know what I'm saying? And many years before that, my mom passed away, bro, in my face, bro. I was 19 years old, man. And she had a series of strokes, and I would care for her and help her change diapers, give
Yeah.
her baths, get to her hair. And she died in my face, man. So,
Yeah.
but once again, this is just all my, what I feel like I'm supposed to go through. But at this time, when my mom passed in my face, bro, that's when I rejected God. I said, you can't be
Yeah.
real if you let me go through this, not
Yeah.
knowing that this is when God was preparing me for something
Yeah.
much bigger than I would think that he would prepare for. So jump back in, fast forward again back to me picking this kid up from prison. I got two infants, man. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
running back and forth. I got to change one diaper, put one to sleep, give one back. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm
Yeah.
still trying to run the streets at the same time. And I got different women trying to help me out, watch these kids while I go make this move real quick. Or while I go, you know what I mean? It's just still and it's still. And I remember I was going in and out of state, back and forth to Louisiana, back and forth to Texas, back and forth to Mississippi, just moving fast. And I remember getting on the plane one time, bro, and for whatever reason, you know how I don't know if you ever been through this, man, but you feel God calling and you don't know it's God calling.
You don't know.
You know
Yeah.
what
You
I'm
don't know
saying?
feeling.
You
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
it's him,
But
but you just
it's
feel it's
something
God.
about you, but you know it's
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're not acknowledging that. It can't be God. I'm just feeling like this, man. I'm just tired, man. I'm just going,
Yeah.
that's God knocking on your window, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He
man.
tapping, you know what
For
I'm saying?
sure.
And I remember just because I had already rejected God. You know what I'm saying? I rejected God. So I remember getting on a plane. I was leaving Dallas, headed to LA, headed coming back here. And I remember saying a small prayer, simple prayer, right? Just I said, God, just get me out the streets. Tired of the streets.
Mm,
And I came to LA, came and picked up what I had to pick up, got it back. And probably a week later, man, God got me out the streets in a pair of handcuffs, man.
mm,
And you
man.
just never know how God move. God was probably like, man, I've been waiting on you to say that. You know what I'm saying? God was like, I've been waiting. I got the remedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? But I got the remedy for you, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I remember they put the handcuffs on, man, and I remember in a sense it was a sense of panic, but it was a very, very, very strong sense of calm. Like, man, it's
Mhm.
over. And I immediately surrendered in the handcuffs on the side of the road, I-20, man, in Shreveport, Louisiana, bro. I surrendered right there. And it wasn't that I was surrendering to the police. You know what I'm saying? I was surrendering to Jesus, man.
Yeah. That's
And I
good.
remember, brother, I remember that vividly, man. I had my kids in the car with me. I had my daughter's mom in the car, and you know, my son's mom actually wanted to. She got past that charge, so she wanted to come home
Oh,
and hear my
oh
son.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
God is
that's
good.
amazing, man.
God is
That's
good.
good, man.
But I was still moving around. But I remember when they put the handcuffs on, they found all the dope. Uh, and I was just going a hop, skipping away, thinking I could make it, man, and I ain't make it. And the guys used to tell me all the time, say, man, you got to get lucky every time. They only got to
Mm,
get, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And
See?
uh, and that's what it was, man. And so yeah, man. And I remember, man, just going into a place of prayer, man. And I just prayed, man, loud, and I said, God, I don't know what you want me to do, but I can't do this on my own, you
Mhm.
know. And
Mhm.
before they gave me a sentence, anything. So with my criminal past, man, and I start going through the court procedures, and God is such a good God. God is such a a powerful God, man. He's an architect, a master architect, right?
Yeah.
So God knew that he had to isolate me, kind of like what he did with Moses. He had to isolate Moses in the desert.
Yeah.
That's what he
Yeah.
did with, you know what I'm saying? God knew that he had to isolate me in Shreveport, Louisiana, where I ain't know nobody. Because
Yeah.
normally I'll go to prison, I go to jail in California, I know everybody. It's gonna
Yeah.
be normal program. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
knew he had to isolate me to for me and him to have one-on-one time together. You know what I mean? And that's the
Yeah.
South. So they consider the South the Bible Belt down there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
For sure.
so
For
so
sure.
everybody,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
everybody know the word. And some of these dudes be the hardest criminals, man. But they
Hmm.
know the word of God, man. They know the word of
Yeah.
God. Man. And
Yeah.
so I remember going in there, man. And I was telling the prison chaplain, the pastor, I said, man, listen, man, I want to serve God, man, with all I got. And I remember him telling me, he said, man, you're gonna go through a spiritual beating. He said, get ready
Hmm.
for a spiritual beating. And that's what he did, man. And that's what he did. And from that day, man, I just began to serve God, man. Just began to serve God. And they told me I was looking at a life sentence for the amount of drugs I had, plus my criminal past and all of that. So I had my charge was a conspiracy to commit to distribute narcotics across state lines, interstate means of common. And I had a firearm, so it was like uh, a 10-year minimum for the drugs and a 5-year minimum for the gun. So altogether, it's
Yeah.
like a 15-year minimum. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it was a federal charge. So anybody who's been to the federal institution, man, you can't get under that minimum guideline. It's what's called a mandatory minimum. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
And and unless you are cooperative to them, you
Yeah.
know, I
Gotcha.
come from a place where that ain't the right thing to do. Once you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
you hold your own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and so that would never would have thought in my mind. But so going there, say you're looking at a life sentence, and they go on a point system. So the point system added up to like 30 something years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Something. And so the guidelines came. They were waiting on my criminal history to come back from LA. Man, God is so good. It never
Hmm.
came. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Never came.
Never came.
And
Wow.
never came. So they didn't have a record in court. And so what happened was I remember I pled to the 15-year mandatory minimum. Well, I didn't plead, but I signed for it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So all I had to do was go into court, plead, yes, sir, I'm guilty. I'll accept, whatever the judge gives you. So in the feds, you don't just get a number. Like, I don't know, in many states, they say, we'll give you a deal for 15 years. Okay, I'll take it. Like, with 10 years, okay, I'll take it. And so once you plead, it's up to the judge to give you however much time he wants to give you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So if you say, okay, you got a minimum of 10 years for these drugs, you got another minimum of 5 years for this gun, rank concurrent, you ain't getting less than 15 years because that's the
Yeah.
minimum. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, but I remember going into court and my lawyer was there. He was like, you ready to plea? And I remember that night, man, I was praying. I was fasting, 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 fasting. And God told me, don't plea. He said,
Yeah.
don't plea. I heard him very clear. He said, don't plea. Got all the way to the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? And then, my lawyer was like, "You ready to go in?" I said, "Man, I ain't going." So I said, "I ain't playing." And I thought God was telling me go to trial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to trial. Man, my lawyer, he lost it. He's like, "Man, what, man? What are you thinking, man? You about to get a life sentence, man." And this is one thing that he told me, man, scared my boots off, man. He said, you may think 20 years is a life sentence, but I guarantee you, in 20 years, you won't think so. So he thought that the judge was going to give me about 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to trial and fight. You know what I'm saying? And get probably life. So what he
Yeah.
was saying at that time was, you think 20 years is a long time, but if you get a life sentence, in 20 years, you're going to wish you took 20 years
Hmm.
because you're going to be walking off probably for the rest of your life, walking through these prison
Yeah.
walls. But
Yeah.
when 20 years go by, you're
Uh-huh.
gonna be like, man, I should have just took that deal for 20 years, man. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? I should just took
Yeah.
that 20 and got on, and that made a lot of sense to me, but it didn't scare me, man. I serve a big God, and I said,
Hmm.
oh, yeah, I said, I hear what you're saying, man, but my God said, don't plead. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I told
That's
him that,
powerful,
and
bro.
yep, And so, I'm a nervous wreck. I go back to the jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm running around, throwing up everywhere. Like, what did I
Yeah.
just do? You know what I'm saying? I'm sick, man. You feel me? I'm sick, man. And, yeah, I'm sick, man. Like, God, what did you tell me to do? It's over. You know what I'm saying? And once again, man, I serve such a good God, man. So I'm waiting to go back to court. My lawyer, he jumped off the case. You know what I'm saying? And he said, man, I
Yeah.
can't do this no. I don't know what you up to. I ain't never seen nobody do that in my life. I'm gone. He leave me for
That's
dead, right?
that's
So now I'm
wow.
in there waiting for months, bro. And and I don't see no lawyer. They don't come see me, nothing for a long time. And then
Hmm.
finally I get some new lawyers. Boom, they come and they say, hey, we're your new lawyers, court appointed lawyers this time. Boom, boom, boom. And they say, the prosecutor had a heart attack and he's ready to dismiss the gun charge. If you sign today, he'll dismiss the gun charge on the case and you'll have a 10-year minimum.
Wow.
So I go from 15. I said, what? I said, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? This is all God moving like this. You
Yeah.
feel me? He had already knocked out. And they say if you get anything less than 10 in the feds, if you get 10 years in the feds, that's a blessing. Because
Yeah.
the federal courts, man, they giving out numbers on top of numbers. Man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so I'm like 10 years, cool. I'm saying, so I'm still thinking I'm gonna get about 17 years. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
say the judge kind of lean on drug, and each judge got uh his own little pet peeve. You know what I mean? So there's some
Yeah.
judges that don't like drugs, there's some judges that don't like guns, there's some judges that don't like um fraud cases, there's some judges like in this particular judge, his pet peeve was like the good guys that's gone bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't drug. He was
Yeah.
lenient for drug. It was the guys that were, law-abiding citizens or on the other side of the law, the police officers or whoever, and they do something wrong. He was nailing them people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But, he had a soft spot for the guy, for drug cases. You know what I'm saying? So I go in there, I plead, boom, 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 and it's time for me to get sentenced. And I remember writing a letter to the judge asking for leniency. And I gave it to my lawyer. I said, this is what I want to give to the judge. And he read the letter and he gave it back to me because I'm in the letter. I'm like, I made some mistakes. I shouldn't have done what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Everything was a mistake. And my lawyer said, man, you ain't make no mistake. You broke the law.
Mm.
You intentionally did that. Don't play the judge like that. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. And I said, you know what? You're right. And and I and I had to rewrite that letter, man, and it resonated with me heavily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
Did I
that
feel?
nah, man, I was out there intentionally. I was out there intentionally breaking the law. And the funny thing, I probably would have still been breaking the law had I not got caught. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes, and I teach this to my kids, bro. Like, man, when I catch them doing something, like, man, you ain't crying because you did what you did. You crying because you
Hmm.
got caught. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you would have
Hmm.
got away with it as long as you could have. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's something
You
like
would have
that.
got
Yeah.
away. You would have got away with it as long as you could have if you
Yeah.
didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyways, I go in there, man, and I give my spiel to the judge, asking for leniency, boom, 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 boom. And the judge, the prosecutor, they go up to bat. They like he need to get at least 19 years. He's been in and out of jail. And the judge like, well, what's his mandatory minimum? He say, well, he's been incarcerated. He said, and they start going off my criminal record, and the judge tell him, man, it's like the power, like God had took the mouth of the judge, bro. And he
Yeah.
said, I didn't ask you about his record. I asked you what's his mandatory minimum. And the
Yeah.
prosecutor was sick. You know what I'm saying? He said, well, it's 10 years. He said, we're going to give him 12 years. Now, mind you, my point schedule added up to 30 something years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Without the criminal record, all that still was going to be looking like 19 years. And I get 12. That's a blessing to me. My lawyer man's like, man, we should have got 10. I'm like, man, we ain't finna argue about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm cool with 12 years, man. You feel me? You
Yeah.
know? And and then, so I just go off and I'm happy, man. I'm praising God, man. And also still like, God, you came through for me. When God do something good for you, man, we praising him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When God got you God got you, in a wrapped in some chains, man. God, man, this can't be from you. You know what I'm saying? But I remember,
Yeah.
man, it was an older cat, man, that slept in the cell next door to me while I was fighting that case, man. And he said he used to come out the cell almost every day because he seen me praising God. And a lot of times, a lot of guys find God in jail. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
We Jesus jail. You know what I'm saying? We Jesus, we
Yeah.
jail Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But I was really serious about it, but still like also want God to get me out of this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Facts.
and so dude used to come out the cell every day. He used to say, youngster, he said, man, you can't run game on God. He used to say that all the time. Like, man, you can't run game on God. And I didn't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? And then he just started kind of like explaining to me, like, man, you got to serve God no matter what.
Yeah.
If God decided to give you a life sentence, are you gonna still serve him?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If God cut you loose, are you gonna still if he popped the door open right now and said it's time for you to go home, are you still gonna serve him? Or are you gonna use him as a genie in the bottle?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Do you believe
Wow.
God? And it started making sense to me, man. And I began to tell him, I said, well, you know what, God? If you want me to do a life sentence for a traffic ticket, I'ma still serve you because I want to
Yeah.
serve my master. Under
Yeah.
any circumstance, I want to serve my master.
Yeah.
And anyways, man, so I go off to prison, man, and I'm doing my 12-year sentence, man, and my first stop was a pretty rough spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm there by mistake, so they got some old charges on me that need to be dismissed. So they knocked that stuff off. I changed custody levels, go down. You know what I'm saying? Medium spot, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of guys there, so it's cool. And I go to change spots again, and I go to the next spot. They ship me out to Texas, man. They send me back to California to do my time. I want to be close to my family. I asked the judge what he sent me to be close to the family, and it was cool. And the next spot, they didn't change my address, so they sent me to a spot in Texas because my original case came out of Louisiana. And
Hmm.
um, and so I'm in Texas doing my time. COVID comes around. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Now
Yeah.
COVID is there. People in there dying, man. You know, you might be playing cards with a dude for a year, two
And
years straight, man. And he gets sent
going in
off to the
there.
hospital and he
Oh
gone.
wow. That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? It was a trip, bro. It was a trip. But because of that, you know how probably on the streets they was telling people stay in the house, quarantine,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But you know, in prison you can't. There's no way to self quarantine. You got to
Yeah. Yeah.
interact with somebody. You got to,
Yeah.
whether it's the guards, whether it's the lunch people, the food people, the mail people, whatever it is. You got to the medical people. You got to interact with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way
Yeah.
to quarantine yourself to keep yourself protected. So people started dying. Boom, boom, boom. So they implemented this thing called the CARES Act, where people were
Hmm.
they would let guys go home on this thing where basically you was going home on an ankle. The guys that were the lower custody level, you know what I'm saying, guys that were
Yeah.
non-risk to do nothing crazy stuff like that. But I didn't qualify for that, man. I got violence on my jacket, man. I got all kind of stuff. But so they sent me to the next level. I go down to a lower level as a camp level. And a lot of dudes was going home from right there, but I still wasn't tripping. I didn't qualify for that. And so I'm just still, working, doing my time, praising God, still in jail,
Yeah.
and just praising God, man, because I'm happy with my little 12 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then people start going home, and obviously you see people going home. So I make a little pitch to God. I say, well, God, I know I don't qualify for it, but if you want to see me with it, I take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once again, man, that was just me, but I didn't never apply for it because I didn't feel like I qualified for it. But so through that season, man, they was getting close to the end. They was going to shut the program down because, the COVID restrictions were kind of coming up. They were coming, they,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
kind of
Coming up.
lightening up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they was getting to the end of the program, man, and they was only letting a few people go at a time, man. But the counselor and the case manager came to me, bro, and said, we we know you don't qualify for this program, but we still gonna go to the warden on your behalf
Hmm.
and see if he'll let you go. And I'm like, all right, like what I'm gonna say, no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And God put them people in place, man, and man, they go to the warden, man, and the warden checked the box. The warden said, yeah, man. He said, man, did he do this? Did he say I was in there doing classes, doing all kind of stuff, just trying to better myself. But when he
Yeah.
looked at all the things that I've been doing, bro, he was like, man, you've been in here doing what you're supposed to do. I ain't had
Yeah.
no write up. I ain't never got into no trouble. only because I was doing time in Jesus. Any other time I go to jail, bro, I'm gonna be the man that's starting the fights, the riots, the
Hmm.
sneaking, the
Hmm.
selling drugs. I'm doing all the wrong stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? But this time, man, I'm doing time according to Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Jesus is
yeah,
doing this thing with me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so basically, what it was you go home on an ankle monitor. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And they put you on the ankle monitor. And when COVID was over, when they fully ended the thing, then we supposed to come back. So they let me
Man,
out, man. They let me out on the ankle monitor, man. And man, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
It's tight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You got to stay in the house, but so what? You got to be in at a certain time. You only can go to work and come home. You may be
yeah,
able to go out and have a little dinner with your family, but you got to come back in the house, man. But I mean, I
yeah,
don't care, man. I could be with my kids, man.
yeah,
We able to do all this stuff, man. So I ain't care about too much of that, man. It was a tough restriction. It's kind of like being in prison, but not in prison. Like all these stuff is
yeah.
almost at your fingertips, but you can't touch it.
Can't
But
touch it.
the
Yeah,
yeah. But so it was a little bit stressful, but still, the being able to be home, man, wear your own clothes, eat your own food, man. You got a little job, get your little car, man. You wish you had them kind of troubles in
yeah,
prison, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You wish you had them kind of problems in jail, man. You know what I'm saying? And through that, man, it was good, man. And then I think I did about 2 years on the ankle monitor, man. And they so no about a year into it, they ended the coronavirus. It was over. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so we were expecting to go back to prison, which
Mm,
is still cool. Like if you got a 12-year sentence, man, and you get to go home for a year and then come back, so
yeah,
what? You
yeah,
feel me? You get to go home, make a little money, whatever it is that you wanted to go home and be with your wife, your kids, whatever you get to, you know what I'm saying? If you got to
yeah,
go back, man, it is what it is. I wasn't supposed to be here in the first place. I wasn't supposed to come home at
yeah,
all. You know what I'm saying? So, but Joe Biden, man. So Trump is the one that affected the program, the CARES virus, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They let the guys out, and so Joe Biden came back and he revamped it and said everybody that came home on the ankle monitor can stay as long as you
Mm,
don't mess up. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
See,
As
that's
long if you mess up,
crazy.
you going back to
You
finish your
going
time.
back?
So I'm out
I
here.
remember.
Everybody out here work. Yeah, but you could work with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
man, I was supposed to go back and I get to stay on this ankle monitor. And man, that was just the power of God, man. God is still working, man. It was just like miracle after miracle. Like, man, I didn't even qualify for the program, right? I didn't even qualify for
yeah.
this program. You know what I'm saying? I didn't qualify
Yeah.
under no like you gotta have a underlying health condition, man. I'm healthy as an ox. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a clean record, criminal past, none of that, man. I'm the dirtiest guy that you know what I'm saying. My record is terrible. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Yeah,
qualified for it, man, but they still check the box, man. And it ain't no white man in no business suit that checked that box. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? That was the
yeah,
Almighty
yeah.
Creator, man.
That's
He
all
just
God, man.
come on, man. He just used them people, bro.
Yes.
We in our finite self, man. We say, oh yeah, man. The people let me out of there, man. White man had to better let me go. Whatever we say to, you know what I'm saying, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
That's the Almighty God letting you know, man. I got a plan for you that's bigger than you.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I got a plan for you that's way bigger than you, and I need you to. You feel me?
yeah,
And that was God saying, man, son, I need you home, man. I need you home with your kids. I'm gonna get you home with your kids, but it's something I need you to do for me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And it's the
yeah,
people that I
yeah.
need you to touch. And so that was just that. And so going through it, I had the ankle monitor on. Boom, Joe Biden come back around again. He's giving out pardons. You feel me? And
Hmm.
it's like 220, it's like 20 some thousand people in the BOP in the federal prison system, man. And he gave out like about 1,000 pardons, something like that. And I was one of them people, man, where monitor came off. He commuted my sentence. You know
Amen,
what
man.
I'm saying?
That's
So, yeah, so I did about 7 years in prison, man. Came home on an ankle monitor, man, for 2 years. Was supposed to be on the ankle monitor. I'm still supposed to be on the ankle monitor now. Well, I'm supposed to be in prison right now. My release date is July 21st, 2027. This is
man.
this is March 2026, bro.
Yeah,
And I've been free going on 3 years, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm supposed to be in prison right now, bro. By
yeah.
all standards of the law. My release date ain't till June. I ain't supposed to know
My
you,
God.
bro.
man.
I ain't supposed to know you. I ain't supposed to be doing this interview with you, bro, right
Yeah,
now. You know what I'm
man,
saying? I ain't, man. I was supposed to
bro.
meet you at that storage spot you got over there, man. I wasn't
Yeah,
supposed to
man.
meet you, man. You feel me? I was supposed to be driving no trucks and all that. What I'm doing right now, taking my kids to Sky Zone and going to
Yeah,
cook barbecue out here in the backyard, man. Was supposed to
yeah,
be doing that, man. You feel me? Still ain't right now, man.
yeah,
Right now, man, I ain't supposed to be not till July next year. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But God, bro. And so God took that ankle monitor off, man. About a year ago now, he took that ankle monitor off June. I mean, he took it off December 20, 2024.
Yeah,
He took
okay.
the ankle
Yeah,
monitor off.
okay,
Now,
okay.
I think when I met you, did I have it on already?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had the ankle monitor on.
You had it on when you first met me. Then the second time you
Yeah.
met me, it's off, and then it's like, yeah,
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
it came off. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. It
yeah.
came off.
And
Yeah,
it took it off, man. Yup. And
yeah,
Yup. And then like right after they took it off, bro, like about probably about 3 months after they took it off, man. So I'm serving in the church. When I come home, I'm immediately jump right in the church, man. I'm serving in the
yeah,
church, man. Yeah, I'm serving at the food pantry, man, giving out food, man, and doing all of that, man. And I get a call, man, from one of the pastors, man. And she said, man, I want you to go to Uganda with us, because they had asked me a couple of times, like some of the other people, like, man, you want to go on this Africa trip with? I'm like, nah, I ain't going to Africa. I'm
yeah,
trying to get out here and make some money. And so the pastor called me, man, and she said, man, God told me that you need to go on this Uganda trip to Africa, bro. I ain't never been out the country, bro. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
man.
And so from God taking his ankle monitor off to immediately putting together a trip to go to Uganda. But I'm like, yeah, all right, I hear you, Pastor, but she said, just pray on it and
Hmm.
get back with me. You know what I'm saying? So I prayed on it, man, and God said, yeah, man, you going to Africa. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes,
And
yeah,
so,
yeah,
man, from ankle monitor to Africa, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
yeah,
mind you, I'm supposed to be in prison, bro.
yeah.
You feel me? I'm supposed to be in prison, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. I'm supposed to be in prison, man. And I went to Africa, man. I went to Uganda, bro. And it was a big deal, man. It was a
Yeah,
big deal, bro. Yep. And he put he just it's man, it's just the miracles are still happening, bro. You know what I'm
yeah, for
saying?
sure.
The miracles are still happening, bro. And I've been in a position to, be in a place of leadership in the church, man. I'm leading some men's groups, man, teaching some courses now, you know what I'm saying? Things
Yeah,
like that, man. And so God has been elevating me, man. And and it's cool,
yeah,
man. It's cool. That's the story, man. Now I'm just, navigating, learning how to be a father, man.
yeah, yeah. No,
Learning things that I ain't never been. I'm first generation father. You
exactly.
feel
That's
me?
what I was gonna get into that. Now you're in this place now. Free man.
Mm-hmm.
In every way you could think of, man.
Mm-hmm.
Strongholds, all types of things. Now that you're able well, have you had a chance to really like look back? You know, More, is that a daily thing, or have you had a chance to
Yeah.
kind of look back,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
over
yeah.
your childhood, like for like
Yeah.
being there with moms, what I'm saying, and what you didn't have,
Yeah.
and what you would do better or different with your kids. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm in that space now, man. I'm kind of navigating through a space that is unfamiliar territory. I didn't get the rule book. I didn't get the manual. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
get the fatherhood manual, man. You know what I'm
yeah. I'm
saying?
with you.
So, when I left, my kids they were 1 years old, man. When I came back, they
Hmm.
was 8. So I don't even
Yes,
know these kids, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I
man,
don't even know these
yeah,
kids, man. So,
yeah, man. I feel you.
but it's been about 3 years now. So like now, them two, they my best friends, man. They here
Yeah,
now somewhere. They gonna be running back here. You know what I'm saying? In a minute. Uh, but yeah, man. So when we stick together, man, and just navigating fatherhood to my daughter, also fatherhood to my son.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Um, teaching my daughter what modesty is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
God has called her to be a wife. And I know that even to many black women, we've kind of been taught to, black women probably just taught to be a girlfriend or a baby mama. That's not what they called to do, though. You know what I mean? God
Yeah.
called our women to be wives and called us as men to be husbands. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? In that
Yeah.
space,
Yeah.
and so I'm teaching those things and teaching my son, to be a man of valor, a man of integrity, and even when I grew up, not being a man of integrity, you
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
not knowing what integrity was. I had to learn it now, you know what I'm saying, or just going through
Exactly.
prison and just as my walk with God has grown, but in that space, you know what I'm saying? Like just
Yeah.
learning, like, okay, this is what this means. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to teach my son this. I got to teach my son what true bravery is, not the bravery
Yeah.
or the courage that I learned in the streets. That's not bravery. That's really a kind of
Yeah.
form of cowardice. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. I
Um,
feel you on that.
yeah, man, teaching him, how to make money. Like, and I believe, man, if I don't teach my son how to make money, man, I'm giving him the right to go learn how to make money any way he want to
Somewhere
make
else.
money.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's important for me to teach him those things. You know what I mean? Along with teaching him, I teach both of my kids how to cook. Like we learning that right now. They 10 years old now. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
we have little cooking sessions, man.
Yeah.
Little things like that, man. Reading
That's
sessions. We
beautiful.
go over the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We go over the Word. We go into church every Sunday, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just things that I was never exposed to that may have helped me if I had, a father, somebody just to say, hey, man, this is what manhood looks like. You know what I'm saying? This is what black manhood looks like. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
moving into that space, and maybe things would have turned out different, but God is the ultimate architect, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man.
He designed it how he wanted to design it, and he'd take our fumbles, man, and turn it into good, like what Jacob told his brothers, man. What man has meant for evil, God has meant for
Yeah,
good.
man. Yeah.
So
Save the
we,
family. Yeah. That's
man,
amazing, man. You have you I want to ask a few questions. So while you were, in prison, did you go through any type of therapy? Was it any mental health thing pushed on
mm,
you guys, or no, it's just kind of working yourself?
yeah, you kind of got to work on yourself. They got classes though, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But it's kind of like just a set curriculum. It's not a like class that it's kind of one size fits all in a sense. So
Yeah,
you
gotcha.
got to be responsible for your
For
own work.
yourself.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Obviously you can use your time how you want to use your time. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
Okay.
I chose to work on myself, man. I chose to tap
Yeah.
in. I chose to rebuild, tear myself down, rebuild again.
Good. Yeah.
No, that
Good.
ain't it. Tearing down again, because
Good.
I knew I needed to come home to be a father, bro. I
Yeah. That's
needed to
so
come
good.
home to be a leader when I didn't know how to be a leader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be a father when I didn't know how to be a father, and I still don't. I'm still
Yeah.
asking questions. You know
Still
what I'm saying?
learning. Oh yeah. I'm
And,
with you,
and
bro. Still learning.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And figuring out, man, how do I keep my son, especially when you got, kids that's not in the home with you. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
you got
Yeah,
kids
bro.
outside the home, you know what I'm saying? And you trying to obviously you want to stay in their lives, man, but what about when your kid is where they live at, is they not teaching godly principles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when they get with
Yeah.
you, obviously you're gonna teach godly principles, but you kind of like you gotta push a little harder now.
Yeah, you
You know what
do.
I'm saying? You got to fight a little harder. You know what I'm saying? And you got
Yeah.
to you got to make your voice a little bit more clear. You know what I'm saying? And you can't, try to be delicate. I don't want to ram it down his throat to where they'll flee from it. You know
Yeah,
what
facts. Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to make it understandable to where they'll hide it in their heart, to where
Yeah.
even if they do find themselves in a time where they stray away from God, they know that the word is hidden in their heart, man. And whenever it's time for God to pull it out of them, God to pull it out.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's where I'm at now, doing the shovel work, doing the digging, to do whatever I can do to just make them, great care. I guess our job as parents is to raise responsible people. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Because
And so
eventually they become adults just like
yeah,
us in this
just like us.
society.
And yeah,
Yeah, man.
and just be responsible people, man, because we don't know what the next fentanyl is. We don't know what the next
Yeah,
cocaine, the crack, the powder, the ecstasy. We don't know what the next drug is going to be that your kid might be the one to say, you know what, yeah, let me try that. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah,
as many values as I can pour in now, you know what I'm saying? As many,
yeah,
and I thank God that I didn't get hooked on nothing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But you
yeah.
know what
Only
I'm saying?
grace. Yeah,
I
good
bounced
to
in,
God.
I bounced in and out of prison, man. And so right now, my biggest hope is, man, that my kids never see a jail cell and never get hooked on a substance, bro. You know, I know some guys that's mad that they kid didn't make it to the NFL. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And, man, I'm just a dad that'd be happy, man. My son don't go to prison, man, because
yeah,
his father's been to prison, his mom's been to prison. He was already born a statistic. You know what I'm
yeah, man.
saying?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
bro.
born in jail. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
by all means of the word, he's supposed to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? My
yeah,
father went to jail. You know what I'm saying? A little bit I heard about him. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? His daddy, I think, went to jail. So he come from a long line of foolishness already, man. So it would be my proudest moment that he skipped that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And begin to be able to build a place of legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Legacy.
And in that space, man, learning, financial freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And understanding what finance means, understanding how to use money. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And not worship money. You know what I'm saying? Those
Okay,
things. You know what I'm saying?
got it.
And I don't know that. I don't know
Yeah,
how to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? It's a
yeah,
fight, but mind you, I'm just now really. I had this ankle monitor for a year now, so I'm able to kind of like move around a little bit more, do some different things. But as I go along, bro, I'm just navigating. Just trying to do the right thing, man. You know what I mean? And just trying to raise responsible people. But one thing I ain't
yeah,
doing is I ain't leaving them kids, man. I'm gonna stay by
yeah.
their side until God call me home, bro.
Exactly. And
Uh,
bro, I know Tom is winding down a little bit, and
yeah.
I'm gonna ask this last big question, man, and you can kind of give me a big, small answer. But when, when Shelby thinks 20 years down the road, what will legacy look like to you?
Oh man. Man, you could slice that in so many different ways, man. Some people think legacy is, is building wealth for generations, which, I would agree with that. But other people, would believe that, legacy is, building building generations of servants of God. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like being able to plant from trees that we may never eat from. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that's the thing that for me is what I want to do now. That if I plant an apple tree right here in this backyard, and we put this house in a trust or whatever it is, and this house can't be sold, but we got plenty of trees that we don't even get a chance to see the fruit from, but
Yeah,
your grandchildren to eat from this tree, your
yeah,
grandchildren to eat from this tree. You know what I'm saying? And anytime they come, they know that it's fruit in the backyard of the house that Papa left, whatever that looks like. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And in those trees, I want those trees to be full of the Spirit of God.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
I
yeah, I
want
love that.
those trees to be full of the fruit of Jesus, man. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
love
saying?
that, bro.
And that's
Yeah,
what that's what legacy would look like to me. Obviously, I would love to leave them some houses and some businesses and some things that's established to keep them, from going astray financially. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
bigger picture, man, is I don't want them to go astray from God, man. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
That's
and,
it right
and
there, bro.
big thing, that's a big thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like God told Abraham, man, I'll make you a father of nations. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
And they gonna all serve God and they all call out the name of Yahweh. Man.
yeah,
And that's what legacy would mean for me, man, is that all my descendants would lean on the name of Jesus, bro.
yeah. Man,
Yeah,
that bro, that's so good, man. I just wanna say, man, thank you so much, bro. For you know, it's an honor to hear your story, bro. And like, it's a part of it in the middle of that thing, bro. I was tearing up. Well, like, man, because those cycles, bro. Being in a
yeah,
cycle like that, I remember, and I'm able to look back and be like, man, I was there. I
right,
felt it, even though it wasn't in the same way.
Right.
But it was the same way, and you know what I'm saying. I was kept doing the same thing, and I felt like, bro, nothing can save me. I felt like
There you go.
nothing could save me because I didn't know no other way. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know there was a God high that wanted relationship and with me, right? That could free
100%.
me. I didn't know any of that, and that He wanted a life of freedom for me, and that He wanted me to love my skin, to love my people, to reach back and what I'm saying, just stand because He made us in such a way, and culturally, right? And that uh, that our gospel, of Jesus Christ can be contextualized for people that look like me and men that look like me and things like that, right? And we were meant to be freed and that we're made in His image, and to be important, and we, on this, in this earth, right? And that He made no mistake of us, how we got here and why we got here. He put us intentionally here on this earth in this time. So I was really, choked up, man, when you was talking about that, man. It really hit me.
Right, right, right.
All of it
Right.
was amazing, man. Your story is amazing. Look, man, like, I couldn't even ask you these other questions because your story is so good. Like, like, like
Man.
when I think about it, like, it's so good now.
Right, right,
Like
right.
I get to be, fruit and have you as a brother, and
No, in a real
to be
way.
like wow, like to be here and to actually see you and touch you, hug you, and have a conversation with you,
I
bro, and
love you, bro.
to come
I
be by
love
your
you,
side,
bro.
bro. So, and that's why, like, bro, like you're the first interview, bro. Like I
Oh,
wanted
that's dope.
this to be. That's how powerful I want it because it's historically
Oh
a
man,
moment right now.
what a way to kick that off, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
honored, man. I'm honored.
So, man, like
Man,
I said, I just want to let you know, man. Hey, like I love you, man. I love you, black man.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
Man of
Much
God,
obliged, man. I love you back.
man. Servant, heart of a servant. Issue, pastor's heart. You know what I'm saying? Like what, and whatever God is shaking up in the places that you're going, man. Like I am so excited to see, bro. I'm happy to be a part. I'm coming one of the Mondays. I'm coming. It's been a month. I'm coming. But
Yeah,
I definitely can not only see, but when I first saw you, man, I seen how just Jesus was all up in you, man. And you know
man.
what I'm
That's what's
saying?
up. Yeah, I saw that too.
It
That's
just
how we
it was
connected.
bro, it was just coming off you, man. It's like, bro, how can you not? Like, how can
Yeah,
nobody not see? Like, it's something different about this
right,
brother, right?
right,
But
right, right.
yeah,
Appreciate
but
that,
to
man.
hear the story and then see the power of God, what he did, it's like
Yeah,
a Paul
he
moment.
did it
Like, bro,
too.
you went
He
from
did
like
it.
boom, boom, like and took them blinds off. And it's like I'm going to work for you. So, man, and like so you are. I'm telling you, bro, a big inspiration, to me. And I can't even imagine to younger black men, that's gonna be behind us. And even guys who are, around our age or even older who've been through your situation or system or whatever, that lifestyle that you've been through. And I'm grateful and that's why I started this platform.
Yeah,
So that men like us, no matter what way you go, you know, it's the guys that God blesses me to bring on this, well, you will be able to pick something. You're ready to get something
yeah.
out of it.
There
You
you
know what I'm
go.
saying? And be able to see another black man and be able to relate. So man, like I said, I'm grateful for having you. Um and like look, man, like I said, look, we're gonna continue to connect and like I said, I
All right.
love you. Thank you for your time, bro.
Same here, man.
And
Appreciate
I
you,
think
man.
yeah. And any last words you want to say to the audience, bro?
Oh
Any
man.
words of encouragement or anything, man, to the men out
Uh,
here who we know that this man out here struggling. We know, especially
uh,
black men, we know it.
man, for one, man, don't be afraid to ask for help, man.
Mm,
I know it's difficult, man, and I'm learning that now. I'm so used to being the help, but
yeah,
I don't know how to be helped,
yeah,
and
that's good.
I'm going in a season right now. I'm going through a tough season right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I'm kind of learning, like just kind of like the story we talked about with Jesus, the guys that brought the guys that brought the guy on the mat to Jesus. You know what I'm
Yes, it
saying?
is. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
to the,
saying?
yeah.
And just being like, you know, there may be guys that you are willing to carry on a mat to
Hmm.
Jesus, but are you willing to allow someone to carry you?
Yeah,
You know, and
that's so
when
good,
we
bro.
when we when we move into that space of in our walk with Jesus, man, it's gonna be times where we need to be helped. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? It's gonna be times where we're gonna need another black man. We're gonna need another brother that's gonna be, you know, that's gonna be there in our corner. Hey, listen, man, let me bring you. I may can't fix you, bro, but I know somebody who can. Let me get you to him.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
so good, bro.
Because we know that you know, Jesus didn't forgive a man's sins based on his faith. He gave a
Yeah,
man's sins based on the faith of his friends.
yeah,
And we
yeah.
need that brotherhood, man. We
That's
need
so
that
good, man.
brotherhood, man. Yeah, and that's
Man,
really what it is for me, man. Seeking brotherhood, man. Seek it.
yeah,
Seek the brotherhood, man. Seek it, man.
that's
We
good.
can, like you say, iron sharpen iron, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But if you got a piece of iron and I got a piece of wood, man, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if I come to you and say, hey, man, you know, my iron is dull, man. My sword is dull, man. And I need to lean on you to help me sharpen back up, man. You know, but I got to be willing to tell you that.
yeah,
You know, I got to have the
yeah,
courage to tell you that.
yeah. See, that's good, man.
Yeah,
Shoot, man, we're
yeah,
gonna end on that right there, man. Man, this is
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
whole story, and my name is Ryan Middleton, and this is a platform for Black men to be able to share their story, and to share their journeys, share their lives, and be able to just work out um, what they're going through, um, even in this very moment, like you've heard today. So, hey, if you like what you've heard, like, subscribe, and hey, man, we hope to see you again. Love you, black man. Keep going, don't quit. Um, we're doing it. We're in this together.